Alright, hello. Welcome to another video revisiting my top 10 primary weapons video, and this one is gonna be about the Tenet Glaxion, a weapon that did not exist when I made my initial video, and this weapon, for me at least, has completely replaced the Torid. I would still put the Torid at my top 10 list instead of this weapon simply due to its popularity and due to this weapon needing a Riven mode to be as strong as the Torid when it has, you know, just a normal build, Archon swords, whatever you want to call it. So, what is so special about the Tenet Glaxion? Why is it so good? Well, first of all, it's another chaining beam. Chaining beams in this game in general are very OP. But this one is a bit interesting. So, some mechanics we need to talk about. First of all, the chain beam, the way it works is that after you hit an enemy, it can chain to up to 2 more enemies normally. Now, the beam itself can hit multiple people if you have punch through. So if you have enough punch through and you hit 3 enemies at the same line, then for each instance of enemy hit, you will get 2 more potential enemy hits. So if we have 9 enemies in the line, then we will hit all of those 9 enemies normally by just punch through. Essentially, if we have like 9 enemies where 2 of them are standing on the sides and 1 is in the middle, and we just hit the middle ones, all 9 enemies get damaged. So that is really good. But the other thing that is really good is that this weapon has a lot of status chance, and the amount of status chance that it has, it can go for viral heat. Now, this all sounds pretty cool, and this in theory would be possible on the Torid as well, but the Torid has an issue that this weapon doesn't have, and that is primary crux. The Torid using primary crux on it is kinda wasteful, and it's not wasteful because you don't get the status chance, it's wasteful because ammo efficiency does not work on Incarnon weapons at all. So you still deplete the ammo of the Torid very quickly. However, on this one you keep the ammo forever and the damage is still absolutely bonkers. Now, why do you need a Riven for this? Because you need to get viral on the Riven. If you have a Riven and you get viral from it, this weapon becomes OP, 100% OP, like uncomparable compared to a non-viral Glaxion. But if you do get a viral Riven, you have to make sure that your Riven is on rank 0, not higher. And you know why? This is why. If your viral Riven is higher rank, I'm not going to increase the rank of this, but let's say that instead of doing this, I will remove Elementalist real quick for this test, and simply put viral mods. So rank 0 Malignant Force, or like these, I guess. Now we have more status chance, but as you can see, 70% of our status chance is viral. So at the end of the day, we are getting wasteful resources towards viral instead of heat, and we also lost our Elementalist because we don't have the mod space to use it. And let's say we don't want to do that, so now we have to either remove Vein, remove Prime Shred, Chamber, one of the hit modes. Well, if we remove one of the hit modes, the build is dead. So, as you can see, this needs a viral Riven, 100%. You cannot go around this at all. You need a viral Riven. Are the results worth it? Yes, absolutely. The results are so crazy. This has the potential to be the strongest beam weapon in the entire game because of this. Now, of course, the potential comes with a caveat that yes, you have to use a Riven mode, but on the other hand, it is still the potential. And the craziest part about the Glaxion compared to other beam weapons that are really strong, like the Boar Incarnon, like the Torid Incarnon, like I don't know which else, there is this Coda Synapse or something, they all lack something compared to the Glaxion. The Boar and the Torid are both Incarnon weapons, which means that unless you charge the Incarnon, they're not really usable and they have a downtime. This one doesn't have a downtime. The Coda Synapse has no innate chaining, just innate punch through. But as you can see, these are level 130 enemies. I'm not using Roar, just the Wisp fire rate buff. And look at this. They melt. They absolutely disintegrate. They evaporate off the face of the earth. And it's not even like the initial damage. The initial damage isn't doing much. The heat procs are melting them. Look at this, 1.1 million on that guy. Because I hit him for like just a bit and he got 300 heat procs. The heat procs, they stack up so quickly because of the damage weighting that we have on the build. that it becomes impossible for any enemy to survive this. Before all the damage attenuation changes to the game, where it got removed from demos and then, you know, all that good stuff, I went to a level cap disruption mission using a Coda Pox as a hit inherit primer and this as my main weapon of choice. This killed the level cap enemy in 1 tick if they were armor stripped and 2 ticks if they were not armor stripped. It did that much damage, and I wasn't using something super efficient for the actual build that I was using on. I was using this Wisp build, the regular ass Wisp build, without primary status chance swords, without any OP arcanes like Arcane Rage that can insanely boost this weapon's damage. Nothing. Literally nothing. Just the weapon. And you know, Arcane Rage on this weapon and this build is actually kind of bonkers, because if you think about it, this build, even though it does this much damage, it lacks any kind of base damage. All of the base damage that this build normally has, it's gone. You may say, oh, but I have a galvanized aptitude. Yes, you do. But as you can see, we can only proc violent heat, so that's only a 160% damage increase. A normal serration mode is 165. A primary deadhead or primary merciless is 360%. 160% base damage is nothing, and yet it does this with ease. Like, it's so good that me adding roar and me not adding roar, it looks the exact same. It genuinely looks no different. Like, my roar is gone. What is the difference? They still die exactly the same way. I touch them and it's over. So there's definitely something to take a look at on this weapon. And maxing this out, you can get some insane results. Matter of fact, after this, let's go try this with the status chance build, which has Arcane Acceleration and Arcane Rage on it, so you guys can see the difference. Because obviously, you will still be like, oh, but they die as quickly. Well, the heat procs will be way, way higher, and they actually might die even faster, because we actually have base damage now. But yeah, the heat procs get absolutely wild, and if your companion has Contagious Bond, and for some reason they kill still one of the kills, then, you know, Contagious Bond equals damage cap immediately, so very cool. Then we talked about Hit Inherit versus disruption targets. That also does level cap very, very easily, no issues whatsoever there. And it's something that the Torid, in order for it to do level cap, you will need to not use its Incarnon form, but its non-Incarnon form instead with multiplicative CO. Its normal Incarnon form, at least before the damage attenuation changes, would start to fall off versus Demolist at around level 700 to 800. If you had a Riven, you could go higher, but, you know, without a Riven, you were kind of good. Anyways, so unfortunately have violence, and she also reveals the massive issue this weapon has. Acolytes. Obviously, status weapons are not good versus Acolytes, and since our damage is coming directly from heat procs, violence just kinda ignores me, so I will Pox her instead. Thank you very much. Fuck you, violence. Get Poxed. So yeah. That's the downside of this weapon. It's bad versus Acolytes and units that don't have, or the units that have a status effect limit. That's all. That's all there is to it. Everything else about this weapon, absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. You love to see. Also, I'm glad to announce that things are going according to plan for the big video that I'm working on, and that I will be on time. You guys will understand when the video comes out, but I will be on time. And the time is not too far away either. Hopefully, the ending product will suffice, and it will make sense why I have been uploading lazy videos like this one for the past, I don't know, month or so. But I've been working on something really big, and if you insist, it would probably be my best video ever, my magnum opus, something like that. Will it be my final video? No, but it could be a de facto video to really showcase what I'm capable of if I put my brain down and use it, but sometimes I just don't want to do that. I just want to brain work and do videos like this. And I've been speaking about this for like 2 minutes now instead of extracting. Oops. Don't worry about it. Nobody will actually go on this part of the video and hear me yap about all this shit. They just wanted the build, the explanation. If you're here and you're listening to me yap about my personal problems with video editing and all that good stuff, hey, thank you very much. Love you lots. Besides that, the video has consumed around 300 gigabytes from my hard drive, and I will soon probably open a second channel to dump clips on from various games that I've been playing, including Warframe, of course, because a large amount of my actual shadow plays is from Warframe. So, you know, that will be pretty neat. But I will make sure to upload these after the actual video has been over, but I have to prepare them first. So this was the actual Wisp build we were using. As you can see, nothing here to really boost our damage onto the Glaxion itself, aside from obviously the fire rate buff and roar whenever we use that, but you know, you don't really need it. Now, what if we took this? This Wisp build also has roar, but most importantly, it has Torid status chunk swords, and the arcanes we have Arcane Rage and Arcane Acceleration. And we also have critical surge to get advantage of the crit chance of the Tenet Glaxion, because it doesn't have a small amount of crit chance. But look at this, we have doubled almost the status chance from before. We were on 98% status chance, now we are on 173. This is a huge difference, and it's gonna absolutely cook the acolyte, or not the acolyte, it's gonna absolutely cook the enemies, so I'm eager to see that. Let's not go on Kappa, we don't need to. Sulky worked fine, but is there a point? This is the highest level Greeneer survival mission in the game. I don't know if there's a point to doing another one. I could do like... Actually, there is Kuva survival, but they are resistant to hit damage, so I'm gonna deal less damage there actually. Like way less damage, because I'm using the element that they are resistant to, and my damage is reduced by half automatically, which is not great, but hey, this is the best alternative. Anyways, yeah, so I mean, I basically just started the mission. Oh my god. And so I touched the guy for like half a second, 100 procs immediately. As you can see, the hit procs are like way higher now, like it's incredible. Just what the hell am I playing? Type shit. What is this? And this is why this Wisp build is bonkers, by the way. Because you can do goofy shit like this. And also, it's not even like at its best right now. I don't have an incredible fire rate buff, and I also don't have the crit chance buff. So let's get that. 250% crit chance for me. Amazing. Now we yellow crit consistently. And if my Kavat also spoke, we would orange crit. So that's great. We'll see that, but for now... Hold on. So, Kavat, I will need you to use your mouth real quick. Speak for me. Do it. Do it. We need the crit. Do it. Do it! Thank you. So now we orange crit. So if the madness wasn't mad enough, now it's even more mad. Amazing. You see why this Wisp build is broken and why I do not actually use this build to showcase stuff most of the time? Because you can do goofy shit like this. Because the damage is absolutely incredible. Primary status chance swords, ladies and gentlemen, might be meta. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people might say, yo, but I want my Warframe to be strong, not my weapons, but I'ma be real. This shit kinda unfair. Highly recommended. Especially on Wisp, who can give primary critical chance as well, or something like Harrow, Komei, Siren, I don't know. But maybe not Siren, actually. Siren has the token swords. Who else? Gauss? Gauss could be good. Bolt could be good. Lavos. Ember. Just some food for thought. Dude, Ember and... Actually, Ember, Lavos, Volt could be so crazy with it. Holy shit. Lavos not so much, but Ember and Volt for sure. Holy. The electric or heat DOT. And then on Gauss as well, if you go... You can... Bro, okay, wait. I'm clicking. The max heat Ember build can go wild with Gauss Subsume and the first ability augment. Like, holy. Can you imagine that? I can imagine that. Imagine that on this weapon out of all the weapons. That would be pretty wild, wouldn't it? Anyways, still killing people, by the way. I know what I'm doing. I'm just mindlessly talking about shit that I'm thinking of the daily basis and ideas that may come to my mind. Oh yeah, also, just in case somebody is listening, would you guys like a video of showcasing the goofiest Siren weapons possible? Because obviously Siren and her 3 have a lot of goofy interactions, but which ones are the best, you know? Which ones are the goofiest? She has a lot of weird ones, but some of them are way more known, like the Sobek, and some of them are a bit less known, like the Panthera. Or the Penta. I don't know. You know, just comment down if you want something like that. You're here right now listening to me yap this shit. Let me know. Go my pox. Okay, well that thought is... yeah, goodbye. I love the pox. See why I love the pox, by the way? I had 0 stacks of anything on this weapon. There was nothing on this weapon. Just like the damage of it. Aside from like a heavy attack melee weapon like a hammer or something like that, what other type of weapon can do this? Like, very efficiently. I can do that with Salta. I cannot kill it like in that quickly with the Salta without my stacks. I need some stacks, like at least 2 dead hit stacks. With Pox, I can just whip it out and then just be like, yeah, okay, you're dead. I guess the Plinks can do it, right? The Tenet Plinks can do it, for sure. But, like, does the Tenet Plinks have a lot of other shit that the Pox does? No. No, it doesn't. Anyways, yeah, we love the Pox, we love the Glaxion. Status weapons are OP. Embrace them. Crit is, well, good still, but... Hey, man. I'm gonna, like, hit you a bit. And you're not gonna like it. Yeah, goodbye. Ew. Ew. And then people wonder why I tell them, yo, don't destroy my target, I need him. It is for this shit. I need to use the targets to test my damage on something that has damage reduction. Nothing has damage reduction in the game anymore. Everything just dies in 1 hit anyway. But yeah. Ew, holy shit, what is that weapon? Yeah, the Glaxion is fucking slippant. Would it be an honorable mention or would it be in the top 10? I am not very sure. I would have to decide that. But I think I would keep it on an honorable mention because if you don't have a Riven, it is worthy of an honorable mention anyway. And if you do have a Riven, and only if you do have a Riven, is it OP, so... yeah. I guess so. But yeah, this weapon's busted. If you guys have a Riven mode and it is unranked, good. Do not rank it up, get viral, and go to town. But if you have a Riven mode, you have maxed it out, you fucked up already. Sell your Riven mode to some clueless, whatever, you know, some clueless lad on trade chat who's be like, oh my god, I love my Glaxion. I need to get a Riven for it. Oh my god, this Riven has like crit chance and status chance. This looks so good. And then they don't know that rank 0 viral is the meta, so you know, it's whatever, they will win. But you need your rank 0 vial ribbon. It makes a huge difference. It is actually so big. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'm very anxious, but at the same time excited to share my work with you guys whenever it's done. But for now, we'll stick to this style of videos for a bit until that is done, and hopefully it won't be too long until we're done. Thank you very much for watching another video, man, and I will see you on the next one.